just over this mound.
Oh no.
Because this is a beautiful part of the world, and that's what gives people a bad name when they travel. Because if I see somebody doing it, I'll just post it back through your door. The added bonus of the site we're on is there's brownies, fudge and fresh eggs. It's all there to have a little look through. It's in an honesty box, which is lovely to see.
I know, but for the block of fudge, £2.60.
It's huge, isn't it?
Look at the size of it.
Oh yeah.
That looks incredible, doesn't
It's
it?
probably made inside there as well.
I mean, fudge is so expensive to make anyway, and yet sea salted chocolate brownies.
What size are the eggs? Sorry. Oh, look at this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different breeds. That's, in fact, that is 3 blue eggs, 2 brown eggs and a white egg. So that, 3 blue eggs, 2 brown eggs and 1 white egg. So that is 3 different breeds of chickens. Right, we'll pop down later with some money.
You would not to.
It would. Okay. Amazing. Yeah, we'll show you all the quirky little bits. Toys by the look of it. Look, there's the cottage. Right, quirky little details like this. Some mushrooms and whatever that is.
This little seated area.
It's the dog squad.
Hello. Come on.
Shush, shush, shush.
Come on.
We're going this bit now.
So what haven't we seen?
Well, we hadn't seen a beagle, but now we've just seen 2.
There we go. A seagull, an eagle.
And a beagle.
Times 2.
Yeah.
With this site, when I rang up to book on, the lovely lady who runs it with her husband said to me about the dogs, and the only rule is no dogs on leads. They're having a whale of a time. They're absolutely loving it. They are absolutely loving it. The freedom they've got. Dolly keeps looking at us like, why aren't you calling me back? But I mean, there's nowhere for her to go. All she can do is just bimble around the field.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm pleased there, because after what happened on the beach, I was a little bit worried her confidence might be knocked. Ours was. But she just ran up to those beagles, so that's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. She must have been able to tell they were good beagles.
Yep.
But, you know, I can't believe that dog was nipping at her and snarling, and it was a dog, 2 dogs off leads. Ours were both on their leads, and the woman's going, oh, I left the leads in the car. Well, I mean, she'd been sea swimming as well. So if we'd actually gone down onto the beach while she was sea swimming, those dogs would have, well, what would we have done? Anyway, look at her. She's happy now.
She's waiting for us to call her back.
She's waiting for her dinner.
I know.
I mean, look at it. Can you guys believe this is the Outer Hebrides? It's hot. It really is hot.
Well, this is 7:15.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it? 7:15.
The sun's really quite high for 7:15, isn't it? But I suppose we are May now.
We are.
Yeah.
And the solar's getting a good thrashing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's banging in.
It's been running at around 350 watts input.
Yep. So, do you want your dinner?
Yes, please.
You'll get yours when they've had theirs.
Come on then.
She wants hers, look. Do you want your dinner, Pip?
Get your bed, shall we?
Yeah, she says you're late. Dinner's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
See if the other one's going to move. Should be watching to see what's going on. Welcome to another day in paradise. I have the leads. I have 2 dogs. One who says it's balls going to the beach. We're going to go to the beach. Oh. Right, are we off?
I think Pippa says we are.
Should we go? Gonna go to the beach? Right, let's go. Can we get down there?
There we are. Good afternoon, and we are still in the butt of Lewis.
Yep.
But you wouldn't know that looking at the scenery around us. It is outstanding. We're just on this beach. There's a couple of other people over there, but not many footprints, so I don't think there's been too many here today. The sun's out.
Hello.
Hello, Pip. What are you doing? Hello.
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 What are you looking for?
Excuse my poodle. Yeah, the sun's out. All right. She is well. She does like a bit of sand between her toes, didn't you, Pip?
Does, yeah.
And this beach is actually 10 minutes away from where we parked up, so it's not really a tough walk. It's a lovely flat walk, and you can just sit here and chillax.
Yeah. Honestly, isn't this just like a Mediterranean beach?
It is. I mean, the water is blue.
I mean,
It's
we've
so
dressed
clear.
up again, haven't we? And we're overdressed.
Well, we went for a walk yesterday. It was about the same temperature, but it was a bit more undulating through the peat bogs,
Yeah.
wasn't it? And then to the lighthouse. But today, this is just fantastic.
Glorious. Yeah.
So a little bit of a slower day today because we did give it some welly yesterday.
I know, we were knackered.
Did a fair few miles there, and the dogs didn't get up until gone 10 o'clock. Outrageous, wasn't it?
We were up before the dogs. Yeah.
Well, I might have been. But yeah, we're just looking around. We've walked through the sand dunes. We're seeing oyster catchers. There is sea life out there according to the sign. We haven't seen anything just yet.
Apparently, sorry to interrupt, there's seals out there apparently.
Ah,
Atlantic seals.
seals, and there's also whales out there. What was it on the sign yesterday?
No, it's basking sharks.
Oh, basking sharks.
They've been spotted.
Ah, they look about the same, don't they?
It's a gorgeous aqua blue green colour. It's just like you imagine tropical beaches. I mean, this is a tropical beach.
It
That's
is.
exactly what it looks like.
It really is. Tropical beach on the butt of Lewis, and we're just sat at the end of the beach in a little covered area. Not a great amount of wind. The sun's there. The dogs are well, sat behind us just having a relax. And I think that's what we're going to do as well.
The rock formations are really interesting here, aren't they? They're sort of, you can see where it's been squished together and it's sort of curved up on itself. And over there, on the headland, it's like an arch.
It is, yeah. Yeah, there's a little hole coming through, isn't there?
Incredible, so beautiful. I'd seen pictures of this, but I didn't expect it to be everywhere. I thought it might be just one or two special beaches, but they all look like this. Well, they all seem to anyway. Golden sands, clear, clear water. However, we turned up and one of the first things we noticed right on the edge, a bit further away from the sea, was bits of plastic. So we started on our routes collecting them into a doggy bag, and that's just on the walk straight from the entrance down to the water. And it's things like, well, it's just bits of plastic and you know those plastic toothpicks. So yeah, you can. I'm a bit sad to see it up here, but it's everywhere in the world, isn't it? But we've picked up a bit, and on our way back we'll just pick up a bit more and then just pop it in the bin. Don't eat sand, Pippa!
Pip!
Look at me!
Oh dear!
Oh, you numpty! You silly girl! And where's the other one? Oh, here she is with her ball. You got your ball, baby? You got your ball? Yeah? Good morning, and you are talking to Future Us. We just want to point out this next bit of footage that we've put in was actually taken in Skye a few days ago. So we have jumped ahead slightly, but we feel it's an important thing to raise awareness of, because we have noticed over the last couple of days, haven't we, that the route we're on is extremely busy with motorhomes, rental motorhomes, camper vans, you know.
Yeah,
everybody. It's getting very, very busy. So
yeah,
sit back and have a look at this.
so we've got a lovely little park up where we stayed last night. We got off the ferry and we got here about 11 o'clock, so we've just picked near the road but not too far back. But there are those people that take the mickey and spoil it for everybody. This area is a beautiful area. You're not meant to have a barbecue. There's a disposable barbecue left there by the side of the clothes bin. There's a fire pit over there, and even worse than that, just over this mound, I'll show you now. It has dried up and washed away a little bit. Just over this mound.
Oh no. Well, if you know, you know what you're looking at.
If you know, you know, but I think
that's disgusting.
That sort of behaviour is going to spoil it for everybody. So if you're going to come and do that, you can just as well do one back to where you came from and stop spoiling it for everybody else, because this is a beautiful part of the world, and that's what gives people a bad name when they travel.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't look after your own waste, you're a disgusting person.
For those who don't know what they're looking at, someone has emptied their toilet cassette here, and you can tell this very easily because this is toilet paper.
Yeah, and behind you is a fire pit, and you're not meant to have fires here, particularly during the warm seasons.
Yeah.
All right, they've surrounded it in bricks, but that's by the by. You still get embers that float and go. If you use a bit of common sense, there's places where you can discharge your waste, top up your water, drop your grey. You might get charged £4 for it, but it's so worth it compared to just doing that. Because if I see somebody doing it, I'll just post it back through your door. Not a problem at all. Or I'll rub your nose in it like a dog. No, don't put that in. No, it's just, that's what gives this the bad name, isn't it?
Yes. The dogs are on leads because obviously, as you can see, there's lots of lambs around us and sheep. Now, our two won't worry sheep, but you can never say never, can you? So that's the same as, again, there. That's toilet paper and wrapped up tightly inside is a poo.
Lovely. Well, that's just going to spoil it for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. Ooh. I know, disgusting. Anyway, before we start moaning.
So you can see what's happening up here. It's absolutely unacceptable to see this. It is a saturated route. We're on part of the NC500, but even when we weren't on it, it is getting exceptionally busy. It is unacceptable. And all I can ask is that you don't do it. If you do see it, the best thing you can do to stop it happening is take photos, even better a video, including the number plate of the van that's doing it, and report it to the police, because the Scottish police will arrest, and they'll refer you then to the Scottish Environmental Protection Agency, who will then take it further and you will get prosecuted. So it is a criminal offence along with an environmental offence as well. So that's what I can say. If you see it, film it, report it, and at the same time, if you feel you can, challenge the individual and tell them how wrong it is, because dotted around the whole route are places where you can drop your waste. It might cost nothing, it might cost £3, it might cost £5, it doesn't matter. But just to tip it on the ground like that, there's sheep grazing, there's all sorts, there's contamination that you're throwing in, it's just disgusting. So please stop it. And in addition to that, fires. You'll see signs everywhere saying no fires, no barbecues. It's tinder dry up here at the moment, and it won't take much to push a wildfire into the area. The Scottish Fire Service it's quite a rural area, so they're going to take a long time to get there. So a fire would take hold and just ruin this beautiful country. So yeah, I am passionate about it, and it really does annoy us to see it. We try and be responsible, but there's just so many motorhomes on the road now. Yeah, we're adding to it, but we're trying to put a bit back into the communities, but there are those that don't. And I would say it's not all hire vans, but there's an awful lot up here at the moment. So please, if you see anything like it, do report it.
Yeah, it's quite shocking, because that little piece of footage you've seen was taken probably a 25-minute drive to the Old Man of Store, where there's a chemical waste drop.
Yeah, and
there's never any need for that. There's never any need for a toilet cassette to be discharged into the countryside, into a water course. Hold on to it. You know, it's not going to explode. No,
just be sensible, you know, and perhaps, you know, if you've hired a motorhome, you don't know about the apps and drops and YouTube and advice available, but Park for Nights, search for sites, it'll tell you where the drops are. It's not difficult.
No, just plan your route more carefully. I have read recently that the motorhome hire companies are putting out more information on what you can and can't do, and obviously making it very obvious that ditching waste is not acceptable. And I can't even believe people think it is acceptable to take their toilet cassette and just tip it into the countryside. It's a busy year so far. Here we are, we're in May, and we've been speaking to locals, and we've been speaking to minibus drivers. Seem to be a wealth of information.
Yes.
Apparently this is one of the busiest springtime so far that they've seen. It really is starting in earnest. So if you're coming up, be prepared. It's busy up here already.
Yeah, it's very busy. There are places where you can book sites. We stayed on this particular site. You can book online, or you can turn up and you can pay to stay here. But we'll give some more information about that shortly.
Yeah. Yeah, disappointing, I think, is all we can say. We'd read about it before we came, we'd seen it. It's obviously the NC500 has a lot of negative press because of it. It was very disappointing to see it on Sky. It would be very disappointing to see it anywhere. I can't say disappointing enough. You know, because in that one tiny little beautiful spot full of new mother sheep with their little lambs and a beautiful view, we find someone's ditched a toilet cassette, and then I walk slightly down the hill to look at something else, and what do I find rolled up in some more toilet tissue?
Yeah, you don't expect or want to see that, but unfortunately you do see it. So perhaps if we all just pull together and report it when we see it,
Yeah.
take the photos, don't worry about privacy, because you're going to help stamp out this.
I know. I
Bloody
mean, you
awful
hear about
thing.
the negativity and people, locals. I mean, we've not come across anybody who's been unpleasant at all on this trip. But you kind of get it. You know, we've seen it now. People do it. So,
Yeah, they do, you know, and it is all about just being sensible and courteous.
yeah, I tell you what, I've never seen it down south. So why is it acceptable up here? Is it because it's more countryside and people think, no one will see it?
I can't make any excuses for anybody. It's disgusting. It's just getting across to them that there are places. There are places if you look, and if you don't look and you think that's the right thing to do, you're totally wrong.
Yeah. I mean, all our time is in France and Germany and Spain. I think we saw it in Spain a couple of times.
We did. I mean, the difference in Europe, it's full of airs in drops.
Yeah.
And places where there's no charge for water, sometimes no charge for electric or dropping your waste. You know, they're geared for it. But up here at the moment, it's getting better. There's more places appearing.
But there's not enough.
But they're not keeping up with the amount of camper vans. And you
Yeah.
can't blame them for that. You know, the roads on Skye at the moment are pretty terrible, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're packed. Absolutely packed already. So, yeah, it's been a surprise. It really has been a surprise. I suppose coming off of Harrison Lewis, where it was very quiet and we didn't see anything negative at all on Harrison Lewis. And, you know, we were looking, but we never saw anything like that. So, oh God, please, I hope, you know, that sort of behaviour doesn't stretch to there.
Yeah. Yeah. And some of the places where we're, you know, where we're looking to visit, the tourist areas, as you might call them, or the attractions, the Old Man of Store and different places we've tried to get to, they're rammed.
Oh yeah, they're busy.
You can't.
They're busy.
We're lucky we can squeeze into a standard parking bay because this is 6.3 metres, but we're just seeing larger motorhomes coming into the car parks. There's nowhere for them to go. So, you know, you've got to be mindful of the size of your motorhome. Doing the NC500, it just seems to be the focal point for a lot of people. There's so much more to see than the NC500.
Yeah.
We're skirting parts of it. It's all beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I think the NC500 seems to be a fixation of that's where we have to go, and it's full, it's saturated. So, you know, perhaps consider what we've done, because we've had an absolutely amazing time.
I find it just a shame that I'm speechless, to be fair. Just take note. We read about it happening. It does happen. We've seen it. It's sad.
Yep, so I think we can all try and do our part in just report it, challenge it. If you don't think you can challenge it, record it, report it. They will catch up with them.
Right.
Anyway, moving on from that particularly poopy conversation.
Yeah, I know.
And we've got a thank you to Toby Tells for a super thanks. Very much appreciated. We enjoyed a couple of coffees by the harbour side. So really, thank you very much for that.
Thank you
Brilliant.
very much, Toby Tales. Anyway, that's it for this one, and we will see you next time.
Yes, thanks very much. And yes, that is a patch of sun coming through the window. It does happen up here.
Oh,
So-
quite a lot more than you think.
Goodbye.
Bye.